I am super excited to be interviewing my friend Holly Lauren. She will be speaking to the Women's Polo Club on Friday, February the 6th. And so today I'm sitting down with her, talking a little bit about her writing and the books that she's written. So glad to be interviewing my friend Holly Lauren. If you want to do a little bit of digging, you'll find out that's not really her name, but we'll save that.
My real last name is Crawshaw.
Okay, we're not going to save that.
But almost everyone who sees it for the first time says Crenshaw. So my publisher came up with the idea to use my middle name as my pen name. It kind of makes me feel strange.
Holly Lauren.
Yeah, that's my real name though, so it's not a fake name.
No.
It's Holly Lauren.
Good.
Elizabeth Crawshaw.
So Holly Elizabeth was an option.
It was an option. It was an option, yeah.
All right. So, Holly, what made you decide to even become a writer?
Well, writing for me was always one of those things that I enjoyed. I remember being like 4 years old and taking a legal pad to my mom that I just scribbled on in red ink, like 17 pages, and telling her to read back to me what I had written, which was absolutely nothing. And so you can feel sorry for my mom now because she had to go through 17 pages of 4-year-old scribble and act like I had actually written something. So thanks, Mom. Thank you. But writing was something that always came really naturally to me. It was one of those things that I didn't have to work at. And luckily, I'm not great at a lot of things. And so writing stuck out as one of those things that was easy for me. And so I found myself writing, helping friends write papers, editing things for people, volunteering to do brochures and stuff for my youth group at church. And so in college I majored in English and was an English teacher. And really the story of how I wrote my first book was I just had this idea for a story that I could not get out of my head and that I just had to get on paper. And so I did a little bit every night, wrote, and that book will never see the light of day because
That's a shame.
It's the most atrocious piece of, I don't even want to call it literature, of existence.
It's there.
It's buried deep.
Okay.
Deep, 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 deep.
Okay. Evernote passworded, never to be found.
No, hopefully it's deleted, literally. Wherever the land of deleted files goes,
sure.
That's where I hope this book is.
Okay,
but that's how I started, yeah.
All right, that started, and eventually you came up with a character, Chapel.
Uh-huh.
So tell us about Chapel. Tell us about the books that she exists in and how that story came to be.
Okay, this is weird. And kind of like Stephanie Meyer in Twilight, but this is the truth. Is one night I had a dream about this girl who was 8 years old. She was blonde and she was out in the field playing with a big red ball. And she got so angry at the boy she was playing ball with, they were kicking it back and forth, that all of a sudden the ball froze in midair. And she couldn't figure out if it had really happened, if it was a hallucination. And then the ball started moving again and nobody else seemed to notice that this happened.
This is a dream.
This was a real life dream that I had. And so I started thinking about that the next day when I woke up. And you know how some dreams kind of linger with you? This dream just stayed with me. And so I started thinking about what could be the cause of that. Could it be some kind of hallucination? And so that's how the story of Tempest was born.
So we have Tempest, which was your first book.
That's right.
And we now have a follow-up book, which is?
Experitus. So Tempest is Latin for time. Experitus is Latin for test. And so Experitus is the story of Chapel. So in Tempest, Chapel sort of is grappling with her hallucinations and are they real? And she finds out what they really are.
Right.
And so then in Experitus, that story expands and sort of the people in her life become slowly affected by what she's going through.
Yeah, and you can't be done writing because we have no finality.
That's right.
In the second book,
none. Little bit of a cliffhanger.
Yes.
So Tempest ended with a big reveal, and then Experitus also ends with a big reveal.
Yes.
And so what my third book, who I don't know the name of it yet, to be honest with you.
It's okay.
The third book will explore the cliffhanger at the end of Experitus and expand on that and hopefully give some closure to the story, wrap up all the loose ends, because it will be the last book in this series.
Okay.